Okay, so we start with question 1. Question 1 was as follows. Solve the equation 4x minus 2 is equal to 2 open bracket x plus 3 close bracket. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this expression down here like I've done. Then first I'm going to distribute 2 to the terms inside the bracket. So I'm going to rewrite 4x minus 2 is equal to, okay, then 2 times x will give me 2x, then 2 times 3 will give me 6. Okay, now at this stage I'm going to put like terms together. That means I'm going to write 4x, then 2x will close the equal sign and become minus, so it's going to be 4x minus 2x is equal to 6, then minus 2 will close the equal sign and come where there is 6, then it's going to be plus. Okay, once I've done that, then I'm going to evaluate 4x minus 2x will give me 2x, then 6 plus 2 will give me 8. Now here I'm going to divide both sides by 2 because I want to remain with x alone, so I'm going to divide by 2 both sides. So divide by 2, divide by 2. Okay, once I've done that, the 2 on top and the 2 down will be cancelled out like that and that. Then I'm going to write x down here. Then I'm going to say 8 divided by 2 will give me 4. So 4 was the correct answer, or 4 was the value of x in that expression. Okay, now let's come to question 1b, which is write 123.851 in standard form correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, so I'm going to write this number 1 to write in standard form. Okay, so before I do anything, what I need to do first, I need to round off this number to a number with 3 significant figures. Okay, so I'm going to write equal to. So first of all, I need to identify the 3 significant figures that I will remain with. Okay, you should know by now that any number that is non-zero, any number which is not a 0 is a significant figure. So I'm going to identify the 3 significant figures I will remain with. Then I'm going to say when I round off this number, because I want to remain with 1, 2, 3, okay, 123, because 1, 2, 3 has 3 significant figures. Then I'm going to get rid of 8, 5, and 1. So to do that, I'm going to round off that number. So the number that is next to 3 will determine whether I'll add 1 to 3 or 0 to 3. So now, as you can see, the number which is next to 3 is 8, which is bigger than 5. That means I'm going to add 1 to 3. So when I add 1 to 3, it is going to become 4. Therefore, it will be 124. And where there is 8, 5, and 1, I'll put 3 zeros. Now, I'm doing this because I'm trying to show you how it works out. But since it's a decimal, the 3 zeros are occupying the decimal places. That means you can even leave them out. Okay, you can leave them out. The value of your answer will be the same. Okay, so once I've done that, then what I need to do is now I want to write this number in standard form. Okay, in standard form with the 3 significant figures. That means the point will move 2 steps and come between 1 and 2. So the decimal point will skip 4, 2, and then be between 1 and 2 like this. Okay, now once the point has moved like that, that means now here I'm not going to include the zeros. The zeros were just there to demonstrate what happens. So here I'm not going to include the zeros. I'm asked to write the answer in standard form correct to 3 significant figures, and 1.23, this number has got 3 significant figures. Okay, now 1.24, not 1.23, but 1.24 has 3 significant figures. So I'm going to multiply this number by 10 remember I'm trying to write it. I'm writing this number in standard form, so I'm going to multiply it by 10. Then my question will be, how many times has the decimal point, how many numbers has the decimal point skipped or jumped? We have seen that it has jumped 2 numbers. That means I'm going to raise 10 to the power of 2. Okay, so the final answer is 1.24 times 10 to the power of 2. Okay, so writing 123.851 in standard form correct to 3 significant figures will give us 1.24 times 10 to the power 2. Okay, now let's go to the next question. Question 1C was, my plumber worked 48 hours in a particular week. His basic rate is 20 kwacha per hour and the rate of overtime is time and half. If his normal working time is 40 hours per week, calculate his total wage for this week. Okay, so we are told that Maplanga works 40 hours a week, and in a particular week he worked 48 hours, and his pay for each hour he works is 20 kwacha. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to write the formula we're going to use, which is total wage is equal to normal working time plus overtime. Okay, so we are told that his normal time is 40 hours. So we're going to multiply 40 hours by his pay for an hour. So if he works an hour, he's given 20 kwacha. So he worked 40 hours. So we're going to multiply 40 by 20 kwacha. So for normal time, he's going to get 40 by 20 kwacha. Then for overtime, we want to calculate for overtime. Now, to calculate for overtime, we need to consider that Maplamba worked 48 hours in that particular week, and his normal working time is 40 hours. Now, if he worked 48 hours and his normal is 40 hours, we need to find the time worked as overtime. So what we're going to do, we're going to subtract 48 minus 40. So we're going to subtract 40 from 48, which will give us the difference of 8 hours. So he worked for 8 hours. Now, how much is his overtime rate? So what is the rate for overtime? So the rate for overtime we are told is time and half. So that means 20 kwacha plus half of 20 kwacha, which is 30 kwacha. So we're going to multiply 8 by 30 kwacha. Like once we've done this, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to multiply 40 by 20 kwacha will give us 800 kwacha. Then 8 by 30 will give us 8 by 30 kwacha will give us 240 kwacha. When we combine these two, which is 800 plus 240 kwacha, he got 1040 kwacha as his total wage for that particular week. Okay, if no questions, we can go to the next question. Otherwise, if you have questions, please, we'll be glad to see them in the comment section. So question 1D was as follows. The diagram below shows a triangular prism ABCDEF in which AB is equal to BC, which is equal to EF, which is equal to DE, which is equal to 10 centimeter. Okay, AC is equal to DF, which is 12 centimeter. BE is equal to AF, is equal to CD, excuse me, which is equal to 30 centimeter. And M is a point on AC such that AM and AC and BM are equal to 8 centimeter. Okay, are equal to 80 centimeter. Okay, so we have AM and MC. AM and MC are equal to 8 centimeter. Okay. Then we are asked to calculate its volume. We are asked to calculate its volume. So to calculate its volume, we are going to use this formula, which is volume. We are going to use this formula where first we're going to find the area of the base, which is the one I'm showing you here. Okay, so the base, which is the triangle, not just on the middle there, the one which ends up to that side. So we're going to write volume is equal to then the base of the triangle should be drawn, all of it. It's on that technology has disappointed me. The line here down should come from C up to E, and E to B. That is the entire base of this triangular prism. Okay, so we're going to find the area of this base, which is the triangle down here, which is equal to 1/2 times BH. Now, the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle. Then that multiplied by the length of the triangular prism, which is this one. Okay, so here what we're going to do is we're going to take note of okay, once I've done this, it's only that I'm getting confused that it has malfunctioned. These circles were supposed to come at a later stage. Now they just came early. Okay, so we are going to say volume is equal to, now as you can see the formula is BHL. So the L is the distance between C and D. That's a L. That's a distance. That's a height or the length of this triangular prism. Then B, that is the distance from A to C, which is denoted by 12 centimeter, as well as the height is the one which is circled there, which is 8 centimeter. At the triangle, at the base there, 8 centimeter, which is circled. So we're going to say 1/2 times, that is the base is 12 times 12, which is the one I've circled in yellow there, the 12 I've circled down there, which is 12 centimeter times 12 centimeter. Then times the height, which is 8 centimeter, which is already circled. The height, which is 8 centimeter, then times the length, which is 30 centimeter, the length which is 30 centimeter, the one I've circled in red there. Okay, now as you can see where it's written 1/2, there is no multiplication sign between 1/2 and 12. There should be multiplication sign like that. Okay, once I've done that, then now I can work them out. Before I work them out, remember you need to simplify the expression. So I can see that 1/2, they have common factors with 12. So I'm going to divide by 12 will give us 6, and 2 divided by 2 will be 1. So 1 divided by 1 will give us 1. So now I'm going to write what is remaining here. So I'm remaining with 1, the numerator there on top. But if you want, you can leave it out, because you know that 1 by 6 will give us 6 centimeter. 1 by 6 centimeter will give us 6 centimeter. So I can say 1 multiplied by 6 centimeter multiplied by 8 centimeter multiplied by 30 centimeter. That is what we are remaining with. So now I'm going to work out. So I'll write volume is equal to 1 times 6 centimeter is equal to 6 centimeter. Then 6 centimeter times 8 centimeter will give us 48 centimeter squared. 48 centimeter squared. So I've multiplied 1 by 6 centimeter, which has given me 6 centimeter. Then again, I have multiplied 6 centimeter by 8, which has given me 48 centimeters squared. Okay, which will be multiplied by 30 centimeter. Okay, so we have now 48 centimeter squared times 30 centimeter will give us, so I'm going to write volume. Then when you multiply that by when you multiply 48 centimeter squared by 30 centimeter, it will give us 1440 centimeter cubic. 1440 centimeter cubic. Now, this is the volume of this triangular prism in the diagram. Okay, if you have got questions, if there is somewhere you have gotten confused, you can ask in the comment section, or you can still go on our playlist. You will find videos entitled the volume of triangular prism. Just check on it. You can also learn from there. Otherwise, let's go to question number 2. Okay, so question 2a was as follows. The Venn diagram below shows the universal set E with its subsets A, B, and C. So question 2a1 is, first of all, the actual question is list the element of the sets. So question 2a1 is A intersection B complement union C. Then 2a2 is A union C complement intersection B. Okay, so let's start with 2a1, which is A intersection B complement union C. So what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to write the elements like the way I've put equal to, then you put the element. But before we do that, we're going to divide this set notation into two parts. The first one is going to be A intersection B complement. Okay, A intersection B complement. Okay, once we have done this, then we need to identify which one is A intersection B. Now, when we have A intersection B complement, what you're asked to do is to list the members that do not belong in A intersection B. So the A intersection B is this area. Okay, that is A intersection B. And these members of A intersection B are 2 and 3. So we need to exclude these, and the rest we list them. So the members of A intersection B complements are 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are the members of A intersection B complement. Okay, 9. After I've done this, then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to list the members of set C. Okay, so we ignore that, and the set C is this one, the one I've circled in red. That is set C. So the members of set C are 1, 2, 6, 7. So we're going to say set C is equal to these members. Okay, 1, 2, 6, 7. All those that are found inside the red circle. Okay, once we've done this, then we can now come up with a union set of these two sets. Okay, A intersection B complement union C. Okay, so we are going to write, so what is found in A intersection B complement and in set C, if it is found in both, then we're going to write it once. Okay, so as you can see, 1 is found in both, so we're going to write 1. We cannot write 2 ones, we're going to just write 1, 1. Okay, even if it's found in both. Then thereafter, we will check the next number with 2, then 4, then 5, then 6. As you can see, 6 is found in both, but we're going just to write 1, 6. Okay, and 7 as well, we are going to do justice by writing it once. Okay, then we have got 8 and 9. Okay, now these are the members of A intersection B union A intersection B complement union C. Now I can go to the next question, which is we asked to list the members of A union C complement intersection B. So as usual, I'm going to write equal to, okay, and open bracket. Before we do that, first we are going also to divide this set notation into two parts, which is A union C complement and B. Okay, so I'm going to write A union C complement is equal to, so when we talk about A union C complement, we are talking about elements that are not found in either A or B. Elements that are not found neither in A nor B. So what we're going to do is we're going to identify those we're going to identify the sets A and C. So we're going to do this. We're going to draw this, okay, like that, then as well as this one. Okay, now all these members that are found inside the lady circle, the lady circles, or yes, those which are found inside that shape I've drawn, that is, they are members of A union C. Whatever is found outside, they are complement of A union C. So as you can see, the elements that are found outside that those two circles are 5, 8, and 9. So those are the members of A union C complement. Okay, once we've done this, the next thing I'm going to do is now is going to list the members of set B. So I'm going to remove that and then write B is equal to, so the set B is here. Okay, set B is the one that has got members which are 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay, 2, 3, 5, 6. So these are the members of set B. So when you look at that, then once we've done that, then now we need to write A union C complement intersection B. So we're going to find what is found in both these sets we have drawn down here, where we've got A union C complement, which is equal to 5, 8, 9, and set B, which is 2, 3, 5, 6. Now we're going to find what is common in these two sets. So as you can see, 2 is not common, 3 is not common, is not found in both, but 5 is found in both, 6 is not found in both. So the only element that is common in these two sets is 5. So A union C complement intersection B is equal to 5. So that is the set of A union C complement intersection B. Okay, now let's go to question 2B, which is Mr. Malindi bought a piece of land at 20,000 kwacha. If it appreciated using the straight line method at 10% per year, calculate its value after 5 years. Okay, so to find this, first we're going to find the appreciation of this land in 1 year. Then we're going to multiply that by 5, which is the number of years. Then after finding that, then we're going to add the amount of buying it, the purchasing price, plus the appreciation. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to write 20,000 multiplied by 10 over 100. Okay, so when you do that, we're going to cancel the 2 zeros here, and then we're also going to cancel the 2 zeros to 20,000. Okay, now that means we have now divided both numbers, 20,000 and 100, by 100, and it has given us 20,000 divided by 100 to give us 200, and 100 divided by 100, 100 divided by 100 to give us 1. So now we are remaining with the 200 kwacha multiplied by, so when you say 1 into 10, it will be 10. So we're going to multiply by 10. Then when you multiply that, 200 times 10 will give us 2,000. Okay, so the appreciation of land in the first year was 2,000 kwacha. Now, if this land appreciated by 2,000 kwacha in the first year, and we're told to use the straight line method, that means we're going to find the value of the appreciation for the 5 years by multiplying 2000 by the number of years. Now we are told that the number of years is 5, so that means we're going to multiply 2000 by 5. So we're going to say 2000 by 5. So when you multiply 2000 by 5, it's going to give us 10,000. So the appreciation of the rand after 5 years, it is 10,000. Now we are going to get this appreciation added to the purchasing price. Okay, we're going to add this 10,000 to the amount he bought this land, Mr. Malandi. Okay, so we can say 20,000 plus 10,000. Okay, so when you add 20,000 plus 10,000, it's going to give us 30,000. Okay, so 30,000 is the value of this land after 5 years. Okay, so if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, let's go to question E, to the next question, which is question 2C. Okay, question 2C was as follows. Solve the simultaneous equations. X minus 3y is equal to 8. 3x plus y is equal to 4. Okay, so for me to solve this equation, these simultaneous equations, I'm going to use the elimination method. So that means I need to get rid of one variable, either x or y. So I've chosen to get rid of y. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the first equation by 1 and the second equation by 3. Okay, now once I've done this, then I'm going to do the actual multiplication. Okay, so x times 1 will give us x, then negative 3y times 1 will give us 3y, then 8 times 1 will give us 8. Then I'm going to come down here and multiply by 3. So 3x times 3 will give me 9x. 3 times y will give me 3y. Okay, then 4 times 3 will give me 12. Okay, like that. All right. Okay, once I've done that, then what I'm going to do is now I'm going to add these two equations. Okay, so in case you're wondering why I've chosen to add, so I'm looking at this signs here because I'm getting rid of y, so I'm going to look at the sign. So I've got negative 3y and positive 3y. That means since the signs are different there, that means I'm going to add. If the signs were the same, then I could have subtracted. Okay, all right. Okay, so now we can go to the actual addition now. So we're going to say x plus 9x will give us 10x. Negative 3y plus 3y will give us 0. So I'm not going to write 0 there. Instead, I'm just going to leave space like that. Even if I write 0, we all know that 0 shows that there is no value. Okay. And then we're going to add 8 plus 12 will give us 20. Okay. So now I've come up with those. So what I'm going to do now here is I'm going to divide both sides by 10 so that I remain with x on one side of the equal sign. So I'm going to divide by 10 as well as here divide by 10. Okay. Once I've done that, then I'm going to cancel 10 on top and 10 down. Okay. Then once I've done that, then I'm going to remain with x here. Then I'm going to say 20 divided by 10 will give me 2. So the value of x in these two equations is 2. Okay, once I've done that, then I'm going to go ahead and find the value of y. So what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to say, I'm going to pick one equation, and remember always you should pick any equation of your favorite. But if it's you can notice there is an equation that can be simple for you to solve, then you can go for the one. So here I can see that these equations are a bit the same, so I'm going to pick with it. I'm going to go with it, equation 1. Okay, so I'm going to say x minus 3y is equal to 8. Then I'm going to put where there is x, I'm going to put 2 because that's the value we found. So I'm going to write 2 minus 3y is equal to 8. Okay, at this stage I'm going to put like terms together, so I'm going to remain with negative 3y is equal to 8 minus 2. Then I'm going to write negative 3y is equal to 8 minus 2 will give us 6. Okay, now here I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3 so that I remain with y on one side of the equal sign. So negative 3 divide by negative 3 divide by negative 3. Then that means negative 3 on top will be cancelled and negative 3 down will be cancelled, leaving us with y. Okay, then we say 6 divided by negative 3. 6 divided by negative 3 will give us negative 2. So the value of y in these two equations is negative 2. Okay, if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, let's go to the next question. Question 3a was multiply 141 base 5 by 34 base 5, giving your answer in base 5. Okay, this question was carrying 3 marks, so let's work for the 3 marks. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write these in I'm going to write them vertically, so I'll write them in vertical. Then I'm going to write the multiplication sign layer, and also I shouldn't forget the number of the base, because if I don't, I may get confused, or it will be taken that they are in base 10. So I need to put the number of the base. Okay, once I've done like this, then I can go ahead and start multiplying. 4 by 1 will give me 4. Then 4 by 4 will give me 16. How many times can 5 go into 16? It will go 3 times. So I'm going to put 3 on top of 1 there. Remainder what? 1. So 5 can go into 16 3 times, remainder 1. So I'm going to write 1 down here. Okay, once I've done that, then I'm going to multiply 4 by 1, which will give me 4 plus 3, 7. How many times can 5 go into 7? It will go 1 time. Okay, it will go 1 time. Okay, which I'm going to indicate there. The one I'm going to indicate it there. Then remainder what? It will be remainder 2. Then, as you can see, where the red one there, which I've written, there is no number. That means I can just drop that one next to 2. Then it becomes like this. Okay, so even earlier on, you could just say, how many times can 5 go into 7? You say 1 time, remainder 2, so you write 2 and you write 1 in front, since there is no other number to multiply with. Okay, once I've done that, then we come down here. Before we start multiplying, we make sure that before we start multiplying 141 by 3, we should make sure we write the 0 for the place value. Then we multiply 3 by 1, which will give us 3. Sorry, it will give us 3. Then 3 by 4 will give us 12. How many times can 12 go into... How many times can 5 go into 12? It will go 2 times. So I'm going to put 2 there. Okay, to go 2 times. Then remainder what? It will be remainder 2. Okay, then 3 by 1 will give us 3 plus 2, the one in red on top, it will be 5. Okay, how many times 5 can go into 5? It's 1, remainder 0. So we're going to say it's 1, remainder 0. Then that one actually should be somewhere here. Okay, so we drop that one, comes down, then it's going to be like this. Okay, now we have now multiplied 34, we have multiplied 141 by 34 in base 5. Now let's find the sum of these two products. So we're going to say plus, then like that. Then 4 plus 0 will be 4. 1 plus 3, it will give us 4. 2 plus 2, it will give us 4. 1 plus 0, it will give us 1. 0 plus 1, it will give us 1. In base C, 5. And that is the final answer. Okay, so that answer is in base 5. So multiplying 1, 4, 1 in base 5 by 3, 4 in base 5 will give us 1, 1, 4, 4, 4 base 5. Question 3b was given that y is equal to x plus 3 over x plus 2, make x the subject of the formula. So what we are supposed to do is first we're supposed to rewrite this expression, the formula given, okay, like this. This is the formula given in the question. We haven't done anything to read. So the first step we're going to take for us to change to make x the subject of the formula is first we're going to get rid of the fractions. That means I'm going to multiply both terms by the denominator, which is x plus 2. So I'm going to multiply x plus 2 times y, and as well as on the right side I'm going to do the same, which is going to be x plus 3 over x plus 2 times x plus 2. Okay, so we start on the left side where we have x plus 2 multiplied by y, which is going to be x multiplied by y, or y multiplied by x will give us xy. Then y multiplied by 2 will give us 2y, which is equal to, okay, we cancel the x plus 2 down as well as x plus 2 on top. That leaves us with the x plus y, x plus 3. So it leaves us with x plus 3. That's what remains on the right side of the equal sign. Then once we've done that, then we go to, now what we're going to do now here, we're going to put like terms together. So we're going to put terms with x because we want to make x the subject of the formula. So we're going to put whatever term as x will be put together on one side of the equal sign. So that means we're going to write x plus xy, then x will close the equal sign and become minus, so it's going to be minus x, which is equal to 3, then plus 2y will close the equal sign and become negative 2y. Then once we've done this, the next step we're going to do is we're going to factorize this expression, the one I've circled there, xy minus x. Xy minus x will be factorized. So that means we're going to look for what is common in both terms. Now as you can see, x is common in both terms. So we're going to write x, open bracket, let me just remove that. Okay, then we say xy divided by x will give us y. Okay, then x divided by minus x will give us negative 1. Okay, so now we have factorized that completely. Then next we're going to write what is on the right side the way it is, 3 minus 2y. Okay, once we have done that, then what we're going to do now here is we are going to, now remember we were trying to make x the subject of the formula. That means x should be alone on one side of the equal sign. So that means on the left side here we have got x, open bracket, y minus 1, close bracket. So we need to get rid of y minus 1. So I'm talking about this one. Okay, we need to divide that by y minus 1. So I'm going to do this. Okay, let's just move the circle, remove the circle. Okay, then we're going to say we're going to divide that by y minus 1, and this side, whatever we do to the left side, we shall do it to the right side. So we're going to also divide that. Okay, when we are doing that, we are trying to maintain the value. Okay, whatever we do to the left, we do it to the right. Whatever we do to the right, we do it to the left. So what we're going to do now here is we're going to divide x, open bracket, y minus 1, close bracket, divided by y minus 1. So that means y minus 1 on top and y minus 1 down will be cancelled out, leaving us with the x. Okay, once we have done this, then on the right side, we are just going to copy everything the way they are. Everything the way they are. So we're going to have 3 minus 2y. Okay, 3 minus y. 3 minus 2y over y minus 1. And that was the answer. That was the answer we are supposed to write down. We have made x the subject of the formula. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Question 3c was on the x or y plane shown below. So by now I'm sure you know that x or y plane is also called Cartesian plane. Okay, so on the x or y plane shown below, 1, plot the points A, -1, -1, B, 1, 1, C, 3, 3. 2, draw the graph of the straight line y is equal to x. Draw the graph of the straight line y is equal to x. Okay, so let's start with question C1, which is plot the points A, -1, -1. So I'm going to go where the point is, where -1 on the x-axis and on the y-axis are meeting. So -1, -1, the point is here. I'm sure I can see the lady point there. That is the point which are going to call that point. We're going to call it A. Okay, that is point A. Then point B, which is 1, 1, which is here, which is point B, and point C, which is 3, 3, which is here, that is 3, 3. Okay, so now we have plotted the points A, B, C. Okay, now let's go to question C2. Draw the graph of the straight line y is equal to x. Okay, now I want to explain something here. Let's talk about y is equal to x. Y is equal to x means that the value of y is the same as of x. The value of y is the same as of x. So if y is 1, that means x is equal to 1 as well. What if y is 2? If y is 2, that means x also is 2. Okay, what if y is 4? Is equal to 4. Y is equal to 4. What will be the value of x? The value of x will also be 4. So when you look at these numbers we're coming up with, or these coordinates we're coming up with, where I'm putting equal to, you can also put comma, which can be 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 4. So when you look at these, when you turn these into points, that means they will be the same as the ones we dealt with in 1. So if we pick y is equal to 4, that means even the value of x will be 4. That means the point which is 4 is equal to 4 will be here. I hope you can see the red dot there. Let me just enlarge it. Okay, that is now the red dot. I'm sure you can see it, which is on the line that is the y-axis, it's 4, and the x-axis, it's 4. Okay, so that is what it means. So for us to draw a graph of a straight line y is equal to x, that means we're going even to use these points we plotted in question 1 to come up with the graph. So the graph will be like this. This is the graph of y is equal to x. Okay, and you can see that it passes through the origin, which is O there, or 0 there, the point of origin. Okay, so that is the graph. If you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, we forge ahead. We go to the next question. Question 4a was simplify 4 open bracket e minus 3f close bracket minus 2 open bracket 2e minus 8f close bracket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this expression down here. Once I've done that, the first thing I need to do is I need to distribute 4 and -2 to the terms in brackets respectively. So what I'm going to start with is 4 multiplied by e, which will give me 4e. 4 multiplied by negative 3f will give me negative 12f. Negative 2 multiplied by 2e will give me negative 4e. Negative 2 multiplied by negative 8f will give me positive 16f. Okay, once I've gotten this, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put like terms together. So I'm going to write 4e, then I'm going to get negative 4e, so it's going to be 4e minus 4e. Then I'm going to write minus 12f, then plus 16f. Okay, once I've done this, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to evaluate this 4e minus 4e, which will be 0. I'm not going to write 0. Then I'm going to say negative 12f plus 16f, which is going to give me 4f. So when you simplify that expression, which is 4 open bracket e minus 3f close bracket minus 2 negative 2 open bracket 2e minus 8f will give us 4f. Okay, let's go to the next question. Question 4b was the interior angles of hexagon are x degrees, comma, open bracket 3x plus 5 plus 35 degrees, the plus 35 close bracket degrees, 4x degrees, x degrees, then open bracket x plus 10 close bracket degrees, and open bracket x plus 15 close bracket degrees. Find the value of x. So first thing we need to do is we're going to come up with this, the whole angles, put them in an expression that will help us to find the sum of the interior angle of the hexagon, which is going to be like this. Okay, this will help us to find the sum of interior angles. We are going to, that means to find the sum of interior angles, we're going to add all the angles, all the 6 angles given. Now, since we are given 6 angles, this will help us also to tell us the number of sides this hexagon has. It has got 6 sides. So since it has got 6 sides, that will be easier for us to find the sum of interior angles. So what we're going to do is we're going to write the formula for sum of interior angles, which is n minus 2, or open bracket n minus 2 close bracket multiplied by 180 degrees. Okay, once we have done that, then we're going to put, where there is n, we're going to put the number of angles or sides. So we're going to say the number of angles is, we are given is 6, so we're going to say 6 minus 2 times 180 degrees. Then when we find the difference of 6 and 2, which is 4, which will be multiplied by 180 degrees, then that is going to give us 720. When you multiply 4 by 180 degrees, will give you 720. Okay, once it has done this, then once we have done this, then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to the expression we made earlier, which is in green. Then we're going to say when you add all those 6 angles, they should give us 720 degrees. Okay, now once we have done that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to evaluate what is in the brackets. We're going to get rid of the brackets, so we're going to write x. Then when you multiply positive by 3x will give us positive 3x. When you multiply positive by 35 degrees will give us 35 degrees, which will be added to 4x plus x. Then we multiply a positive by x will give us positive x. A positive by 10 degrees will give us 10 degrees. Then we say plus positive by x will give us x. Then positive by 15 degrees will give us plus 15 degrees. Then the whole of that is equal to 720 degrees. Like once we've done that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put like terms together. So whatever term has got x in it is going to be put together. to one side, and then these which just do not have x in it, they will also be put to the other side. So what I'm going to do is like this. Okay, so what I've done here, I've put all the terms with x on the left side, and then the ones without x, they have also put them on the right side. So I say x plus 3x will give us 4, 4x plus 4x will give us 8x, 8x plus x will give us 9x, 9x plus x will give us 10x, 10x plus x will give us 11x. So what I'm adding is this, okay, from there to there. Those terms, they have got x in them, so that's what I've added, which will give me 11x, which will be plus. Then when I finish adding, I'll come to this side. 35 degrees plus 10 degrees will give us 45 degrees. 45 degrees plus 15 degrees will give us 60 degrees, which I'm going to write down there. Now 11x plus 60 degrees will give me 720 degrees. Okay, once I've done that, then I'm going to put like terms together again. Okay, so that means 60 degrees will close the equal sign and come where 720 degrees is. Therefore, I'm going to write 11x is equal to 720, then x cross the equal sign and becomes negative 60 degrees, so it's going to be minus 60 degrees, which is going to give us 11, which is going to give us 11x is equal to, so 720 degrees minus 60 degrees will give us 660 degrees. Now here I'm going to divide both sides by 11 because I want to remain with x on one side of the equal sign. So 11x divided by 11 over divided by 11 is equal to 66 degrees divided by 11. So that 11 on top will be cancelled out, and 11 down will be cancelled out, leaving us with x. Then 11 divided by 6, or 6 divided by 11, it can't, so we're going to put 6 together with the 6, so it becomes 66. That means I'll ignore 0. So 66 divided by 11 will give me 6, plus 0, it's going to be now 60. So when you divide 660 degrees divided by 11 will give us 60 degrees. So 60 degrees is the value of x. If you want, you can try to prove by using the expression on top, or the second expression, you add everything the way they are, but where there is x, you put 60. Then you're going to find that it will give you 720. Okay, now let's go to the next question. Okay, so question 4c was, the following marks were obtained by 20 learners in mathematics test. So these are the marks, as you can see on the screen. Those are the marks which are down there, and down we have got a question that we need to tackle, which is complete the frequency table below. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to complete this frequency table, which is, we have got marks there which are 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 up to 17. Then we have tally mark column as well as a frequency column. So let's start by filling the tally mark. So what I'm going to be doing is, when I tick the mark from the data there which is given, I'll be putting a tally in the tally mark. So let's start with 11. So we have got on the first row there, we have got that 11. Let me come and put the tally here. Then I go back the next again, we have got 11 there. I also put the mark here, the tally here. Okay, so now you can see that there is no 11 remaining without being ticked, so that means we have recorded for 11. Now we go to 12. So when we check on 12, we have got 12 there, okay, which I've marked with a green tick. So I'm going to put a green tally here. Then again in the same row we have got 12 there, which I've ticked, so I'm going to put a tally here. Okay, then when we check, we just have just that 12 there. So that means we are done with 12. Now let's go to 13. So when I go for 13 in the first row there, we have got 12, 13 there, which I've ticked. I put the tally here. Okay, when I check down, there is no 13, and on top we just have 113. So that's all. We are done with 13. We come to 14. When I check for 14, we are starting with 14. So 14 there, which I've ticked in purple. Then I'm going to put a tally here. And the next one is 14, ticked, tally here. The next one is 14 as well. We tick, tally here. Okay, and at the end there we have 14 in the first row, we have 14 at the end, which I'll tick and put a tally here. Okay, then I come down here, we have 16, 17, 16, 16, and then we have 14, which I'll tick. Then once now the tally marks are 4 now, the fifth one will close the the 4 marks, which is, I'm going to put it like this. Okay, that is now there are 5. Okay, they have formed a bunch of tally marks, which is now there are 5. Okay, then we can check for another one. We have got the other one there, which I'll tick and then put a tally here. Okay, now I'm done with the 14. I go to 15. Okay, so 15, I have got 15 the first column there, which I've ticked with brown tick, which I'm going to put a tally here. We check down here, we have got 15 there, which I've ticked down in the second row. Then I put a tally here again. In the second row, I've got another 15, second from the last, which I'll tick and put a tally here. Now we are done with 15. We come to 16. Okay, in the first row there is no 16. There is no 16. So down here, the first one is 16. I'm going to tick with a blue tick there. Then I write a tally here. Then 16 again there, I write a tally here. 16 again there, I write a tally here. Then 16 again there, I tick and write a tally here. 16 at the end, so I'm going to tick. The fifth tally will close the 4 tallies like this. Okay, now that is the 5 tallies. Okay, now we come to excuse me, to 17. 17, we have got no 17 in the first row. We come down, we have got 17 down, so we tick there with a blue, light blue tick, and we write a tally here. Now we check if there is 17 anywhere else. We don't have 17, just one. Now that way I've finished now tallying the marks just in the column of tally marks. Okay, now after I've done that, the next thing I'm going to do is now I'm going to write their frequency. How many times are 11 marks appearing? How many learners got 11? That is the frequency. That's what I'll be putting in the frequency column. So 11 is appearing twice, so I'm going to write 2. Now I'm going to use their specific color so that you don't get confused. 12 is appearing twice, so I'm going to write 2 as well. 13 is appearing once, so I'm going to write 1. Then 14 is appearing 6 times, so I'll write 6 times. Let me just adjust. Okay, then 15 is appearing thrice, so I'm going to write 3. 16 is appearing 5 times, so I'm going to write 5. Then 17 is appearing once, I'm going to write 1. Okay, so those are the tallies. Now remember, those are the frequencies. Yes, remember the total sum of frequency is the number of learners who sat for this mathematics test. So when you say 2 plus 2 will give us 4, 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 6 11, 11 plus 3, that is 14, 14 plus 5 19, 19 plus 1 20, which is the final answer there, which is 20. So that is if the total sum of frequency is equal to the number of learners who sat for the mathematics test, that means the answer is correct. So in this case, the answer is correct. We have tallied everything well, and we have completed the frequency table very well. So basically, this was the way you are supposed to complete this frequency table. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next question. Question 4D was given the mass m and the volume v of an object. Complete the flow chart below for calculating and displaying the density d using the formula d is equal to mass over volume, and this question was carrying 3 marks. Okay, so to complete the flow chart, what we need to do is we know that first you start, then here you're going to enter the mass and the volume. Okay, once you have entered the mass and the volume, then next you enter the formula for calculating density, which is d is equal to mass over volume. Okay, once you have done that, then you're going to get the output, which is density. The density will be given, and then stop. So basically this is how you complete the flow chart. Let's go to the next question. So question 5a was 24 identical cards are labeled 1 to 24. These cards are placed in a bag. If one card is picked at random from the bag, what is the probability that the card is labeled with a square number? So this question was carrying 2 marks. Okay, so first of all, what you need to do is you need to identify how many square numbers are between 1 and 24. How many square numbers can you find in the numbers between 1 and 24? So there are 4 square numbers, which are 1, 4, 9, and 16. These are square numbers. So if you don't know what square numbers are, you can go into the playlist called square roots and cube roots. Then you are going to find the definition of square numbers. Okay, so when you identify, these are the square numbers between 1 and 24. So what we're going to do here is we're going to write probability of square numbers is equal to, so what what we're going to do is we're going to write the number of square numbers that are found in between numbers 1 to 24. So we are going to consider these numbers, the one I've circled. These are the square numbers that are found between 1 and 24. So once we have considered that, we have identified these, which are 4. So we're going to write 4 here. Okay, we're going to write 4 there, which will be over. Now we also need to identify the number of cards which were put in the bag. The number of cards which were put in the bag is 24. So we're going to say over, then the number 24, and this number is coming from this statement here. Numbers labeled 1 to 24, so meaning there are 24 cards in the bag. Okay, so once we have done this, basically we can say this is now the probability, which is 4 over 24. Okay, the chances that we are going to pick a square number is 4 over 24. Now this probability can be reduced to its lowest term, so we can find a number that can go into 4 and 24. Now we should look for the highest common factor of 4 and 24. Okay, so the highest common factor of 4 and 24 is 4 itself. So again, we're going to say we're going to divide 4 by 4 and 24 by 4. So we can say 4 into 4, it will give us 1, which will be over 4 into 24, it will give us 6, which will be like this. Now here we have written the actual probability of picking a card with a square number. Okay, so if you don't know how to identify a square number, like I said earlier on, go to our playlist, which is called cube roots, if not square roots and cube roots. Then you check on that, then that is the video. You're going to find a video where I talked about square numbers. Otherwise, let's go to the next question. Okay, question 5b was question 5b was Muchele Nje intends to buy goods worth 240 kwacha exclusive of value added tax, which is VAT. Given that VAT is charged at 15%, how much would the goods cost inclusive of VAT? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come up with the fraction, with the formula that will help us to find the cost of goods together with the VAT. So we're going to write price with VAT is equal to price without VAT plus VAT. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to write the price without VAT, which is 240 kwacha. Now, as you can see, I've ignored the zeros that are holding the ngwe section. You can do the same as long as there are zeros. If the decimal places were not we are holding 3 or 4, then I could have written them. Now since it's zeros, I can ignore them. Then I'm going to say plus. Now as you can see, the value of VAT is not given, but the percentage is given, so I'm going to use say plus 240 kwacha multiplied by 15%. Now you should know that 15% is out of 100, so 15 out of 100. So we can get rid of the sign, the percentage sign, and then we write over 100. Okay, 15 out of 100. Then once we do this, then we can simplify these which are in the brackets, because these are the ones we're going to evaluate first. So first we're going to say what number can go into 15 and 100 without leaving a remainder? The highest common factor of 15 and 100. So the highest factor of 15 and 100 is 5. So 5 into 100, it will go 20 times. 5 into 15, it will go 3 times. Okay, let me just put this. Okay, it will go 3 times. Okay, once we have done that, then you can see that down here we are still remaining with 20. So you can say 20 and 240, they have common factors. So you can say 20 divided by 20 will be 1. 20 divided by 240, 20 divided by 240, it will be 12. 20 divided by 20, it will be 1. Okay, so now since we have said it's 1, now we can write what is remaining. So you can see there we are remaining with 240. The 0 is down there. Let me just put it right. Okay, then we say plus 12 times, so you can say 12 times 3 divide 1 into 3, it will be 3, so it will be 12 times 3. Okay, so 12 kwacha times 3. Then we're going to say 240 plus 12 times 3, 12 kwacha times 3 will give us 36 kwacha. Okay, now 240 plus 36 kwacha will give us 276 kwacha. 276 kwacha. So 276 kwacha is the price of goods with VAT. Okay, so let's go to the next question. So question 6a was as follows. The arrow diagram below represents a relationship from set A to set B. Okay, so that is the arrow diagram. You should take time and study. Okay, once you have done, we go to question 1a, which is if X is a member of A and Y is a member of B, write the formula for this, for the relationship. Write the formula for the relation. Okay, so what we need to do now here first of all, we need to find the gradient. Now this is not a graph. It will be very difficult for us to find the gradient. okay? Or we can say just that we can say the gradient is the difference between the number and the next number. But to find the gradient, we use this formula, which is m is equal to, okay, over, okay, so m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x2. Okay. Excuse me. So that is the formula we're going to use. Now we can pick any set of numbers, okay, any set of numbers. So we can pick these numbers here, okay, we can pick these numbers here, which is on the x side we're going to get 0 1, on y side we're going to get 1 2. Now remember, the numbers that are on top are starting, and then the numbers down are the ones that are finishing. So if we get 1 2, so y1 is going to be 1 and y2 is going to be 2. Okay, it's more or less like we're starting from top going downwards. So what we're going to write now, we're going to write y2, which is going to be 2, and y1 is going to be 1. So we're going to have 2 minus 1 over, then when you come to x side we have 0 1, so it's going to have 1 minus 0. Then we're going to find the difference. 2 minus 1 will give us 1. 1 minus 0 will give us 1. Okay, then we're going to divide by 1 will give us 1. Then we're going to, now we have found the gradient, which is 1. So the gradient in this is 1. So now once I found the gradient, now I'm going to come up with the formula for finding the equation. So we are going to, that is the basic of the formula. So y is equal to gradient x plus c. Now as you can see, we can write y is equal to, now as you can see we have found the gradient. So going to, the gradient we found is 1, so where there is m we're going to put 1. Then we're going to say 1x. Then we don't know the y-intercept. We don't know the y-intercept, and we cannot find the y-intercept from the diagram. So what we're going to do is we're going to solve for y-intercept. Okay, so we're going to write the equation, which is y is equal to 1x plus, then c we don't know, so we're going to solve for c. So to do that, we're going to use these numbers here, 1 and 2. Always remember to get the smallest number in the given data. You just pick the smallest number. So here I'm going to pick 1 and 2. So where there is y, I'm going to put 2. So I'm going to write 2 is equal to 1. Then where there is x, I'm going to put 1, because set A stands for x. Okay, so we're going to put 1 there, which is going to be plus c. Okay, then we're going to have 2 is equal to 1 by 1 will give us 1 plus c. Okay, then we're going to put like terms together. Then we're going to have 2 minus 1 is equal to c. Okay, once we have done that, we're going to find the difference of 2 and 1, which is 1, which is equal to c. Okay, so 1 is equal to c. So what we're going to do now, we're going to replace now c with 1. Now we have found the y-intercept, which is 1. So we're going to say yx is equal to 1x. Now we are on the orange part, in the middle part. Okay, so we want to put where there is c, we put 1. So we're going to say y is equal to 1x plus 1. Okay, now we can simplify this formula further by writing y is equal to 1 multiplied by x will give us x, which is plus 1. Now this is the final formula for the information given there on the mapping. Okay, now we have answered the question 6A1, which is that, and that is what you are supposed to write on the answer section. You write y is equal to x plus 1. Okay, now once we've done that, then we can go to question number 6A2, which is find the value of b. So we need to identify where b is. B is c. So we're going to use this formula, the same one I've written. I've just rewritten the formula. Once we have written this formula, then we go ahead and identify where b is. So b is c here. As you can see, I have circled with a red circle there. That is b. So as you can see, b is on x side. So which means we're going to pick the number that is mapped with 3, with b, which is 3. So we're going to write 3 is equal to, then where there is x, we're going to put b, because we're told to find the value of b. So we're going to put the value of x there is b plus 1. Then at this stage, we're going to put like terms together, which is going to be 3 minus 1, which is equal to b. Then we are going to find the difference of 3 and 1, which is 2, which is equal to b. So the value of b there is 2. So b is equal to 2. Okay, if you have no questions, let's go to the next question. Question 6b was, in the diagram below, triangle PQT is similar to triangle RST. So you can take time and start the diagram below. Once you have done, then you come to this question, which is given that PQ is equal to 8 centimeter, RS is equal to 20 centimeter, QT is equal to X centimeter, and ST is equal to 21 minus X centimeter. Calculate the value of X. So to fully understand this question, first you need to go to the statement above, where they are giving the names to these triangles, the two triangles. So we have got PQT. So let's look at triangle PQT, which is this one, the one I've drawn there, which is PQT. Let me put the T down here. Okay, this triangle is facing down, and when you look at the way it's given the name, they are starting from PQT. That means it's starting from P, it goes to Q, then back to T, then to T, then back to P. Okay, now they are saying it's similar to triangle RST. So I'm going to turn this triangle down here, upside down, like this. Okay, now when you look at this, even if the letters and the numbers are upside down, I just want to show you that I've just turned it down, upside down. Then you can see that now these similar triangles, they are sitting in the same position. When you look at the names, it's PQT as well as RST. So meaning each side, each corresponding side is proportional. Okay, the two corresponding sides are proportional. That means they have got the same ratio. Okay, so now the question is, what is they're asking us to find the value of x. Okay, so to find this, we need to come up with a ratio, which is PQ over RS is equal to QT over ST. Okay, now once we have done this, we are going to say equal to, then what is the value of PQ? It's 8 centimeter over the value of RS is 20 centimeter, which is equal to the value of QT is X centimeter, and the value of ST is 21 minus X centimeter. Okay, then once we have done this, then the next thing we're going to do is now we're going to cross multiply these. Okay, which is 8 centimeter times 21 centimeter minus 8 centimeter times 21 minus X centimeter. Okay, which is equal to 20 centimeter times X centimeter. Okay, then we can evaluate what is on the left side. Now remember, we are going to do this we're going to ignore a bit about sign, these units. I mean, we're going to forget about a bit about units, which are centimeters, because if I carry them, they may end up confusing you. So I'll ignore them, but at the final answer, I'm going to put the units back. Okay, so we're going to say 8 times 21 will give us 168 minus 8 times x will give us 8x, then which is equal to 20 centimeter 20 times x, which will give us 20x. Okay. Alright, now once we have done this, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put like terms together. Okay, so we're going to write 168 is equal to 20, then the minus negative 8, x will cross the equal sign and become plus, which will become the positive. Then we are going to say 168 is equal to, then we find the value of 20 plus 20x plus 8x, which will give us 28x. Okay, once we have done that, then we're going to say we're going to divide both sides by 28. The reason being, we want to remain with x on the right side of the equal sign alone. So we're going to divide 168 by 28 and 28x divided by 28. Then when we divide 168 by 28 will give us 6. Then on the right side, we are going to cancel 28 on top and 28 down. Then we're going to remain with the x. So the value of x is 6. Now, like I said earlier on, I'm going to put back the units at a later stage. So I'm going to say 6 centimeter is equal to x. So the value of x in that diagram is 6 centimeter. Okay, it is 6 centimeter. If you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, we go to the next question. Question 6C was as follows. The frequency table below shows the ages of people in a village. The frequency table below shows the ages of people in a village. So you need to take time and study the frequency table, which has got there on top ages in years and frequency that's down. Okay, so excuse me. Ages, those who had 3 years in this village were 5. Those who had 10 years in this village, they were 9. Those who were 17 years old, they were 15 in this village. Those who were 24 years old, they were 24 in this village. And those who were 31 were 4. And those who were 38 years old were 2. Now, the actual question is, present the information in the table on a bar chart using the axis below. Okay, so here we have got the axis below, which is this one. So what we are supposed to do now is we're going to start going column by column. So we go for those who had 3 years, are the ones who are beginning. So those who had 3 years, how many were they? So those who were 3 years, they were 5. So we're going to mark. Now, as you can see on the chart here, on the left side, the intervals is they are in 2, 2. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. That means 5 is in between 6 and 4. 5 is in between 6 and 4. So we are going to mark here. Then in between 6 and 4, please, if you have got a ruler in the exam, you make sure you mark exactly at the middle of the two numbers. Then we're going to cut there, and then we do like this. Although mine is a bit up, it was very difficult for me to be so accurate with the instruments I'm using, but otherwise you need to make sure that you are in the middle between 4 and 6. You just in between, at the center of this line, the length from 6 to 8. That's where you draw the line. Okay, now that is now the presentation of how many children in the village who are 3 years old. They are 5, so that's where it's there. Then we go to the next column, which is 10. those children with 10 years were 9. So we're going to mark the same thing will happen in the middle of 8 and 10. We're going to mark a line there, then we join it like that, like this. Now that we have drawn the bar for children with 10 years or people with 10 years. Okay, those with 17 years, so we're going to go 17 years, we're going to go between, they are 15, so between 14 and 16. So we're going to mark somewhere there, and then we do just like this. Then we've drawn the bar for those who are 17 years. Okay, for those who are 24 years, who are 5, so we're going to do the same thing we did. So we're going to draw there and then mark it here. Okay, you make sure you come at the point, not the way I've missed the point there, you just come at the exact point. Then those who are 31 years, they are 4, so we're going to go exactly where there is 4, then we draw like that. Okay, then where there are 2, we are going to draw like that, then we come down just like that. Okay, so now I've completed presenting this information on a bar chart. Otherwise, this is how you do it. If you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, let's go to the next question. Question 7a was calculate 10100 base 2 plus divide by 100 base 2, giving your answer in base 2. Okay, so we asked to divide that. So I'm going to rewrite this expression here. This is what we are supposed to divide in base 2. Okay, so what we need to do first, we need to identify the place value of every number in these figures given. So we are going to identify first the place value of numbers in this figure. So we know that the 0 on the right side, far right, has the place value of 1s, and the next 0 has got the place value of 2s, then the third has the place value of 1 there has got the place value of 4s, then 0 has got the place value of 8s, and the last one there has got the place value of 16s. Then we come to this side, we know that 0 on the far right has got the place value of 1, and the next 0 has got the place value of 2s, then the one there has got the place value of 4s. Now what we're going to do now here is we're going to multiply each number by its place value. Each number by its place value. So we have got 1 multiplied by 16, or 16 multiplied by 1, then plus 0 multiplied by 8, then plus 1 multiplied by 4, or 4 multiplied by 1, then plus 2 multiplied by 0, plus 1 multiplied by 0. Then the whole of that divide by 4 multiplied by 1, then plus 2 multiplied by 0, plus 1 multiplied by 0. Okay, then we cross that. Then we can start now finding the actual value. So 16 multiplied by 1 will give us 16. Then is 8 multiplied by 0 will give us 0. 4 multiplied by 1 will give us 4. 2 multiplied by 0 will give us 0. 1 multiplied by 0 will give us 0. Okay, then we are going to now start multiplying. 4 by 1 will give us 4. 2 by 0 will give us 0. 1 by 0 will give us 0. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to find the sum of these numbers I've underlined. 16 plus 0, it's 16. 16 plus 4 will give us 20. 20 plus 0, it's 20. 20 plus 0, it's 20 again. So the value of that which is underlined is 20. Then we say 4 plus 0, it's 4. 4 plus 0, it's 4 again. So divide by 4. Okay. Then once we have done that, then we are going to find the quotient of 20 divided by 4, which is 5. Okay, so that is the answer 5. We have found that quotient. Now what we need to do is now to convert 5 into base 2. Remember 5 is in base 10, so we're going to convert 5 into base 2. So to do that, I'm going to draw the flame here. Okay, then here I'm going to put 2, on the middle I'll put 5, and here at the end I'm going to put R, which stands for remainders. And remember, when you're converting numbers from base 10 to base C, to any base, it can be base 2, base 5, but remember that when you're converting numbers in base 10 into base 2, the answer comes from the remainders. So we can say 5 divided by 2 will give us 2, remainder 1. Then we're going to divide 2 by 2. 2 divided by 2 will give us 1, remainder 0. Then we say we divide 1 by 2, which will give us 0, remainder 1. So as you can see on the middle, we have gotten 0. Once we've gotten 0, that means the calculation has ended. Then we can write the answer starting from down here going on top, which is going to be, the answer will be, so start by writing 1, then 0, then 1. So the answer will be 101, okay, in base 2. So the answer, or the quotient, when you divide 10100 base 2 divided by 100 base 2 will be 101 base 2. So we are supposed to write 101 base 2. Don't forget to indicate the number of the base, because if you don't, that means the answer will be in base 10 and it will be wrong. So you indicate the number of the base, like I have indicated using a small 2, or you can write 2 in words like in the question there. Both will be correct. Okay, now we can go to the next question. Question 7b was, the diagram below shows a cylinder of radius 10.5 centimeter and the length of 30 centimeters. Take pi as 22/7. Okay, so first of all, you need to study the cylinder drawn below here. You take note of key things like the length of radius and the length of the height of the cylinder. Okay, so now the actual question is calculate its total surface area. So we need to calculate the total surface area of this cylinder. So we're going to write the formula first, which is total surface area is equal to that 2 multiplied by the pi multiplied by the radius squared plus 2 multiplied by the pi, the radius, and the height. That's a formula we use to calculate the total surface area of a cylinder. So once I've written the formula, what is now remaining is just to replace those with the actual dimensions in the diagram. So we are told that 2, and we are told to take the pi to be 22/7, which will be multiplied by the radius. We have seen that the radius is excuse me, the radius is 10.5 centimeters, so going to multiply by 10.5 centimeters squared. Then we are going to add 2 multiplied by radius, which is 22/7, excuse me. Then we are going to multiply by radius, which is 10.5 centimeter, which will be multiplied by height, which is 30 centimeters. Okay, now once we have done this, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to simplify excuse me, where it's possible. So as you can see here on the left side, after plus sign, the expression that is on the left side of the plus sign, I cannot simplify it because 10.5, which can be simplified with 7, is in bracket and raised to the power of 2. So if I simplify there, that means I'm going to make a mistake. I need first to expand it, okay, so that it doesn't confuse you. So, and it doesn't lose the value. So what we're going to do is I'm going to simplify on what is on the right side of the plus sign. So 7 and 10, they have got the common factor, the highest common factor, which is 3.5. So I'm going to say 7 divided by 3.5 will give us 2. 10.5 divided by 3.5 will give us 3. Okay, then 2 down here, which we got from 7, we can say 2 divided by 2 will give us 1, and that 2 on top will be cancelled. So it means that these two 2's have been cancelled out. Okay, so now once I've done that, then we're going to rewrite this expression, and I'm going to target this 10.5 to 10.5 centimeter squared. I'm going to expand it. So I'm going to have 2 multiplied by 22 over 7 multiplied by 10.5 multiplied by 10.5 centimeter. Then I'm going to add plus C. Now 2 there have been cancelled, so I'm going to add plus 22 plus 10 point times Z, 3.3 centimeter. You can see that 10.5 was reduced to 3 centimeters. Okay, so once we've done that, then multiply by 3.5. Okay, let me just adjust this. Okay, 3.5. Now, as you can see, on the right side of the plus sign, we do not have a fraction, but we still have a fraction on the left side of the plus sign. So I need to deal with the fraction first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also use 7 and 10.5, one of 10.5. So I'm going to use the one which is on the left side. I'm going to simplify it with 7. So 7, they have got the common factor which is 3.5. So 3.5 into 7 to go 2 times. 3.5 into 10.5 it will go 3 times. Now the 2 from 7 can be cancelled out, and the 2 there on top will be cancelled out, leaving us with now let me write what is remaining. We are remaining with 22 times 3 centimeter times 10.5. So I have 22 multiplied by 3 centimeter multiplied by 10.5 multiplied by so we're going to say, okay, 22 multiplied by 3 centimeter multiplied by 10 centimeter plus 22 multiplied by 3 centimeter multiplied by 30 centimeter. That, okay. So on the left side of the equal sign, I've just copied everything the way they are. There's nothing I've done. Okay, now once I've done this, then I'm going to multiply 22 by 3. It's going to give me 66 multiplied by 10.5, which is going to give me 693 centimeter squared. Okay, 3 centimeter squared. You should know that I'm multiplying centimeter by centimeter, which will give me centimeter squared. Then 22 multiplied by 3 will give me 66. 66 multiplied by 10.5 will give me 1980 centimeter squared. Now when I combine that, when I add that, it's going to give me 2673 centimeter squared. That is the total surface area of this cylinder in the diagram. Okay, so basically this is what you do to calculate the total surface of a cylinder. Let's go to the next question. Okay, so question 7C was find the sum of interior angles of a polygon with the 9 sides. Okay, so students were asked to find the sum of interior angles of a polygon with 9 sides. So to find the sum of interior angles of a polygon, we use the formula which is open bracket n minus 2 close bracket 180 degrees. So we're saying n minus 2 multiplied by 180 degrees. Okay, so what you need to do is first we need to identify the number of sides this polygon has, and it is given in a statement which is 9 sides, the one I've circled there. So it has 9 sides. That means where there's n, we're going to put 9. So we are going to say open bracket 9 minus 2 multiplied by 180 degrees. So first we find what is in the bracket, in the brackets. So you should also remember Bodmer's law, which is we start with what is in brackets. So we're going to say 9 minus 2, which will give us 7. Then it will be 7 multiplied by 180 degrees. So when you multiply 7 by 180 degrees, you're going to get 1260 degrees. You're going to get 1260 degrees. That will be the answer. So that is the answer. So the answer for question 7C was 1260 degrees. Now let's go to the next question. Okay, question 7D was Mrs. Mane bought a second-hand car for 29,700 kwacha in 2016. How much is this amount in dollars, given that the exchange rate was $1 to 9 kwacha 90 ngwe? Okay, so to exchange kwacha into dollar, the rate was 9 kwacha 90 ngwe. So to do that, we're going to come up with a simple formula that will help us to convert 29,700 kwacha into dollars, which is going to be dollars is equal to price she bought the vehicle, divided by exchange rate. So how much did she buy the vehicle? She bought at 29,000 kwacha, 29,700 kwacha, which we're going to divide it by 9 kwacha 90 ngwe, or 9 kwacha 0.9. Okay, so what you can do here to divide this number successfully, one, you can multiply the 29,000 kwacha, 29,700 by 10, as well as 9.9 by 10, so that you get rid of the decimal point in 9.9. Okay, if you don't know how to divide a whole number by a decimal number, you can check on our playlist. We have got a playlist called decimal numbers. Check on that. You are going to see how we demonstrated how to divide a whole number by a decimal number. Okay, so or you can ask in the comment section so that I can share with you the link for that video. Okay, so what we can do is now once we have done that, we have multiplied both numbers by 10. Then when you divide 99 by 297, it's going to give you 3. Then this will become 297,000 kwacha, so which means you are just going to get the 3 zeros and put them to 3, and it's going to give you 3,000. So dividing 29,700 by 9.9 will give you 3,000, and 3,000 was the amount she used to buy the vehicle in dollars. So she used $3,000 to buy the vehicle. If you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, let's go to the next question. Question 8A was as follows. Kamfa gets an annual salary of 42,000 kwacha. Calculate her monthly gross salary if her transport allowance is 350 kwacha per month. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to find the gross salary of Kamfa. Now you should understand that the gross salary, this is the salary that has all the allowances. If a salary is given to you and it has no allowances, that is a basic salary or just a salary. Okay, and then when allowance is added to it, that is a gross salary. When allowances are added to it and thereafter taxes and other deduction are deducted from that gross salary, then what remains is a net salary. Okay, so a net salary is the difference you get after, is the difference you get of gross salary and the taxes and or other deductions, or just deduction after the gross salary, the difference you get of gross salary and the deductions. These can be insurance, they can be taxes, they can be anything that are deductible. Then the difference of the gross salary and the deductions, that is net salary. Now let's go to our question. We are told to find the gross salary, a monthly gross salary if your transport allowance is 350 kwacha. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come up with a simple formula that will help us to find the gross salary of Kamfa. So which is going to be monthly gross salary is equal to monthly salary plus allowances. Okay, so now what is the monthly salary? Now, in the statement, we're not given the monthly salary. When you look at this statement, we're not given the monthly salary. Instead, we are given the annual salary. So, annual salary, this is the salary of entire year, the whole year. Okay, so we can write that which is given 42,000 kwacha. Then, for us to find a monthly salary, we're going to divide 42,000 kwacha by the number of months in a year, which is there are 12 months in a year. Okay, then the quotient we're going to get, or after dividing 42,000 kwacha by 12, will be added to this allowance. Okay, will be added to allowance, or the allowance will be added to that quotient. Now, here it is made simple because the allowance given is for per year, per month, sorry, it's for the per month, so there is no division. So I'm going to write plus 350 kwacha. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to find the quotient of 42,000 kwacha divided by 12, which is going to give us 3,500 kwacha, then plus 350 kwacha, which is going to give us 3,850 kwacha. 3,850 kwacha. That will be her gross monthly salary. That will be her monthly gross salary. Okay, if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, we forge ahead and we go to the next question. Okay, so question 8b was solve the inequation 2x plus 1 is greater than or equal to 3 open bracket x plus 4 close bracket. So this is the inequation students were supposed to solve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite it down here. Okay, I'm going to write it down here like this. Okay, then what I'm going to do first, I'm going to evaluate what is in the bracket. So I'm going to distribute 3 to the terms inside the brackets. So I'm going to write this 2x plus 1 is greater or equal to, then I'm going to say 3 times x will give me 3x, then 3 times 4 will give me 12. Okay, once I've done this, the next thing I'm going to do is to put like terms together. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like terms together. So I'm going to write 2x, then 3 will cross the greater equal to sign, which is going to be minus 3x, which is going to be greater or equal to 12. Then 1 will cross the sign, which is going to be minus 1. Okay, then 2x minus 3x will give me negative x, which is greater or equal to 12 minus 1 will give me 11. Okay, now we have got negative x is greater or equal to 11. Now we need to remain with x because we want to find the value of x alone, not negative x. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide both terms by a negative sign. Okay, now here on this stage there are in fact 3 ways you can do this. One, by dividing just these numbers by the negative sign, or you can divide these numbers by negative 1, or you can also multiply these numbers by negative 1. So when you multiply negative x by negative 1, you're going to get positive x. When you multiply positive 11 by negative 1, it's going to get negative 11. So these are the 3 other ways you can do it. But all of them they are correct. All of them they are correct. So what we're going to do is negative x divided by negative will give us positive x, which is equal to or greater, which is greater or equal to positive 11 divided by negative will give us negative 11. So the value of x is equal to, we can say x is greater or equal to negative 11. So that is the answer we are supposed to write. If no questions, we go ahead and solve the next question. Question 8D was, in the diagram below, xz is equal to yz, angle xyz is equal to 65 degrees, and angle xzy is equal to x. Okay, now the question is down here. The actual question we're going to work out is find the value of x. So we're told to find the value of x, which is the angle xzy. Okay, so as you can see the x here, which is down here where there is z. So what we're going to do is first you need to understand the shape drawn here. So the shape drawn here is isosceles triangle. Now, why is it called isosceles triangle? Why am I calling this shape as isosceles triangle? We can see that the line which is x, z and yz are equal. Okay, so when two sides are equal, they form isosceles triangle. When a triangle has got two sides which are equal, it's called the isosceles triangle. Okay, now when we come to angles of isosceles triangle, two base angles are equal. So in this case, the angle xyz is equal to angle yxz. Okay, so these angles are equal and they are equal to 65 degrees. So we are saying the angle at x there is equal to 65 degrees. Okay, that is yxz is equal to 65 degrees. Now, since we have found the base angles which are 65 and 65, that means now we can go ahead and find the value of x. Okay, so to find the value of x, we're going to use this property, which is the sum of interior angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So the three angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Therefore, we are going to come up with an expression which is x plus 65 plus 65 is equal to 180 degrees. In case you are wondering where these 65s have come from, these are the base angles which we have found, which are there. So the two 65s, we add them plus x, they should give us 180 degrees. Then we're going to say, first we're going to solve this. We're going to add 65 degrees plus 65 degrees, which is going to be x plus 65 degrees plus 65 degrees will give us 130 degrees, which will be equal to 180 degrees. Then we're going to put like terms together, which is going to give us x is equal to 180 degrees minus 130 degrees, which is going to be x is equal to the difference of 180 degrees and 130 degrees is 50 degrees. So the value of x is 50 degrees. Therefore, we can say that angle there is 50 degrees. So basically, that was the answer for this last question in this paper. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate your support. We really love your feedbacks in the comment section. We say even now as we are going to watch this video, please you can also tell us where we feel you should improve and how this paper is impacting your life. If you have got questions like I've been saying earlier on, please write in the comment section. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. It has been Easy Learning Z Mathematics. The future is bright. See you in the next video and God bless you.